In this last video about plotting in Edelweiss, I would like to show you some ways in which you can efficiently edit plots with multiple traces, as well as talk more about colors in plots. So in this plot where we have 3 traces, if I edit the first one, for example, I can choose another color like aquamarine and another line style like dashed. Now we can see that all of the traces change their appearance, not just the first one. So what's going on here? Why did the last 2 also change? Well, if we look at the second trace, we can see that most of these style elements have same as previous listed, which means that they will have the same style as the previous plot trace, so they will all be the same. Just the color is different here. And if we go into more color options, we can see that in fact it increments on the previous value. So since we chose aquamarine for the first one, then this one will have plum, which is the next one in the list. So that's how that works. Of course, you can change this as you like, so maybe we increment the line style and increment the size as well. And now we can see that it has become larger in size and it's dotted instead of dashed. And then the last trace, the current, has taken its style from the second trace. This can of course be combined with the splitting of traces, like we saw in the last video. So this combination can be quite powerful in creating plots with traces that consistently change with the different style elements. Of course, you can also select multiple traces here and edit them and select something specific, like maybe some other line style and some small size. And that's another way to quickly edit multiple traces at once. Next, I would like to look at this impedance spectrum. If we go into edit data and go to the more color options of the plot trace dialog, we can see that we have a lot of options of how to change the color for this trace. So for example, we can pick any color that we want. We're not limited to the default colors. So we can choose maybe something like this. And this way we can choose any color that we want for our plot trace. Another thing that we can do, if we go back to the more color dialog, we can color the data points by value in a data series. So if I choose change here, I can select a data series. Maybe I use the Y data series. It can be any one. I can also change the color scale, choose picnic. And now we can see that the data points are colored by the value of a data series. It doesn't have to be the Y data, it can be anything. Note, however, that the line, as you can see, is not colored by the value, it's just the data points, so lines cannot be colored in this way. Finally, we can go back to the cycling data from a previous video, where we separated the plot into separate cycles and also separate traces for the charge and discharge. So there is this concept of color palettes in Edelweiss. If we go to the manual, I choose the what's this button and choose the plot to show the plot section of the manual. Here we can see all the options for the different plotting dialogues, and under the plot trace color dialog, we can see that we have this section about palette and color. So these are the default colors available in Edelweiss. You can see that they are the same colors in different shades for each palette. And why might you want to use this? So if I go to the edit plot for that cycling data and choose the more color options, here at the top you can see that the palettes are listed. And the default is to show all of the colors, so you can see all of the default colors in this list. But if I pick something like light, then only the light colors are displayed in this list. So I can make it completely light instead, and then we have some nice light colors instead of the default plain ones. But I can also do other things, like, for example, I can split by the palette. So this works in the same way as we saw for the other style elements. If I click to change it, I choose now the Ox Red data series like we did before, and I will remove it from the line style. So remove, and then I will replace this line style magic spring with the color palette one. And now you can see that instead of having different line styles for charge and discharge, now we have the same color, but different shades of the same color for the charge and discharge sweeps. So this looks maybe a little bit nicer than changing the line style, and it's another way to customize your plot.